So this time, we about to use the MPC as an effects processor. This was fire. I'm talking about the half speed, reverbs in there. It's compressors, clippers. Fire. What up, YouTube? Thank you guys so much for, we at 1K. So I really appreciate everybody who been rocking with us and rocking with me on this journey while we discover everything that's great about this gear and this different technology, making things work together in ways you might not have knew that it could do that. You know what I mean? My name is Veracity, and today we about to turn the MPC, y'all, into an effects processor. This the MPC One. So I'm thinking about it. I had like maybe 3 or 4 different people ask me for a guitar pedal and how to make that work with the X32, right? So I just started thinking about how many effect plugins and how much more better software that I have than what an effect pedal can add to the studio at this current time. Before I buy that, like, I still want to buy a mic. I still want to buy a preamp. And then I still want to buy a compressor. So it's like I got things kind of in line first before I start like focusing on effects and different little pieces to add. Like, I'm even probably going to get a piano, probably a Yamaha, maybe something. I'm gonna get me a expensive piano that got really dope sounds in it. So that's also in the plan. But you know, guys, this stuff costs, and this type of things take time. So right now though, I was thinking, hold on, the MPC got an in and an output stereo, and it can do the loop back feature. So I started thinking, I'm like, it got so many effects and plugins inside the MPC, I can use that as an effect processor. I figured it out, y'all. It worked like a charm with the X32 through the AUXs. So that's what this tutorial is about. In the meantime, I've been thinking about fire ways to get y'all value on this channel. Y'all already know, whenever I drop something, it's the real deal. It ain't no clickbait, it's the real deal. So this time, we about to use the MPC as an effects processor. This was fire. I'm talking about the half speed, reverbs in there. It's compressors, clippers, fire. And I can show, and then we're going to record it inside of Pro Tools, you know, so we'll be able to hear everything live with the effect applied and record at the Pro Tools. That's what this tutorial is about. Stay tuned. This one is kind of long because I want to show you how to physically set it up on the board. I got to show you how to set it up on the MPC. I got to show you how to hook the wires up, and I got to show you the things we need to set up on the software side with either the X32 app and Pro Tools. So, you know, it take a little time to put all that, you know, I cut out as much as I could, but stay with me, all right? So thank y'all for sticking it out with me this long and rocking with us and joining the squad. We gonna be making more content with the X32 coming up soon. In March, I'm gonna be a lot more active on this channel because I have been like holding things back until I felt like the crowd was big enough to receive it. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna start giving y'all a little bit more now that we a little closer up, you know, up there. All right, so thank you guys. And I got something special too that I'm working on. I gotta finish working out the details of it, but I'm working on something special for that 1K. So sub if this is something you're interested in, because we going up this year.
So right. Looking on the back of the MPC One Plus, you can see the inputs left and right. That's channel 1 and 2. And you can see the mains left and right, which is the output section. We want the input red tip section to go into the AUX because we want what's coming out to come back in to the MPC. So red tips on the out, black tips is on the in because what's coming out the MPC, we want to go in to the X32. Got that? So red tips is for the out, black tips for the in. So you can clearly see how it's set up on the X32 and the MPC. Keep things simple for you guys. All right, so on the MPC, we're going to create a track here. Okay, Let's make an audio track. Then what we want to do is on that audio track, we're going to click over there inside. Well, let's go to the audio track first, okay? Then we're going to click over there. See that? And we're going to go over to the IO section, and in the monitoring, we want to make sure that says in, and we want it to say input 1 and 2, output 1 and 2. Then we're going to tab back over to the effects, and we're going to select an effect. So I had this reverb on right there. That's the one I was using to test it and make sure it works. But now we're just going to go ahead and jump on over to Pro Tools, and also I'm going to show you how to set up the X32. So I have channel 1 and 2 linked right here with stereo. I have bus 1 and 2 also linked right here with stereo. Okay, here on the aux track, I also have it stereo linked. All right, so yeah, so you see aux is going to aux 1, aux 2 is going to aux 2 because we set up that inside the routing. Okay, so we're just gonna click this button here and go to routing. So inside of routing, I have the output source 1 and 2 going to monitor left and right over here. Okay, and this is on the Ultranet tab. On the aux out tab, I have that going to mix bus 1 and 2 right here. So outputs 1 through 16, we wanted it to be monitor left and right over here with the talkback monitoring section. We want to do that because we're basically creating a loop back to the point that we can record what the MPC is spitting out. On the XLR, none of this matters. On the card, you see instead of going to 1 through 8, I have it going through Ultranet 1 through 8 because over here this records the effects. So that's why over here on Ultranet I have it going to monitor because it's going to record everything that's happening on the board, basically post fader. So that's why I did it like that. Okay. So now on inputs, you can see everything is on cards. This little section down here doesn't matter. But if it do matter, I have it over here on play and just set to aux ends like this. So pretty much the board is default. As you can see, this is kind of the default state mostly. This is how it pretty much look. So card matters because I got this 1 through 8 over here on Ultranet. The XLR, that's the physical outputs coming out the back, so that's not important right now because I'm not getting signal from there. I got the signal coming out the X32 going into the MPC, back from the MPC directly into the X32 in the aux section, so not the out section, so this doesn't matter. Okay, if you don't have the X32 app, I'll make a separate clip and show you how to do it on the board. Just stay tuned for the video because I will show you how I have it set on the board, okay? So now here we are with the X32. Right there I'm on channel 2, I'm gonna go to channel 1. Now what you wanna do is hit this right there, sends on fader, and you can already see, like if your board starts here, you just gotta lift these two up because remember, we're gonna turn these into stereo. So this really is one stereo channel. I mean, we're gonna turn these into a link, left and right link, and then it becomes a stereo because you know those are two mono channels, right? So it's really one thing, right? So I'm gonna send number 1 to this one, and then I'm gonna click on number 2 and I'm gonna send it to this one. You got me? So we want 1 and 2 to go to bus 1 and 2 because bus 1 and 2 is going to become one track. Even over here, this is now one track, a stereo channel, okay? So we're going to link those. So in order to link those, you just select the track you want to link, and right here on the home section, there you go, right there on the home section, you will see this button link. You just press it, it'll ask you to confirm. You use these arrows here, confirm it, and now they're linked, right? That's what you want. Now, one more thing before we go, you got to go to the routing tab, right? You're going to tab over until you get to your auxes. Now here on the aux tab, you'll see that we have aux 1 and aux 2. I have aux 1 going to mix bus 1, aux 2 going to mix bus 2. And also I have post fader for the tab. Okay, so moving along. Now we're on the P16 tab. You see we have alternate 1 and 2. I have those going here to monitor with the, there to monitor with the TV. And you can clearly see down here, I have 1 and 2 going to monitor left and right. Because I want it to be able to pick up the effects. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of going to the monitor TV section, because it records the effects in. Okay? All right, so that's what we want on the P16 tab and the aux tab. And we already set up everything else on the physical board. We want the card to go to that P16 1 through 2. Remember, that's why we're using that, to be able to record the effects in, okay? So you can see I got the aux 1 and 2 going to mix bus 1 and 2, post fader. That's the aux tab. As you can see on the output page, I have output 1 here on the monitor and also output 2. Everything else is normal, like it's going to the mix bus, but I got it there. So if you go here, like scroll all the way down till you get down there, you will see output 1 is monitor left, output 2 is monitor right. So that's the output section. Then we're back to XLRs. We don't need those. This is the card section again. You know what to do there. P16 1 through 8. Also, you can see I have monitor left and right. You can see for the P16s, that's why it's showing up like that, because I got it patched in there. Get it? All right. Okay, so the first thing, I have a sample that I made dropped in here. Set the BPM. And I have it going out of outputs 1 and 2 on the X32. I created another stereo track here, and I have that on the inputs. I want 1 and 2 coming in and going right back to out 1 and 2. And when we're going to arm this, and when we hit record, whatever effects that we apply on the MPC, which would be that reverb in this situation, is going to record right here. So I'm going to just go ahead and play and run it. Right away, already you can see that the waveform is different. If I zoom in a little here, you can see these is bigger because the room is bigger, so it has more width. See that? Up here it is like thinner, down here is thicker because it has more width with the reverb. So I'm already knowing it recorded the effect in. So then from here, solo it, and then I just play it to see if it recorded the effect. And right now I'm turning the effect off on the MPC, so I'm not confused with the monitoring. Just hit play. So yeah, remember I didn't have it on right away, so it starts about right there. Yep. So clearly, you know, that works really well. So that reverb is working. So right now I'm going to switch off the reverb and we're going to try a different effect. Let's do some delay. And let's see how that sounds. So now I'm going to record one more thing. I want to try to have speed effect on the MPC. So now the MPC has become an effects processor. And right now, like I said, inside of Pro Tools, you can see I wanted to record the ends from 1 and 2. So it's like a loop back almost. And that's going to record right there. You got to just make sure you got it muted. Keep it muted. And yeah, you're good to go. All right. Catch you guys on the next tutorial. Peace.